As we've talked about before, our goal is to try to get as far as we can in the time where we have, set up for this particular course, and do our best to know what we know when we get there. That's why I keep encouraging you to work with each other. Each one of you is going to have a different strengths. Some of it's going to be body mechanics, some of it's going to be body awareness, some of it's going to be memory. So as we practice, we want to kind of make sure we work together and we get as far as we can and know what we know as compared to just trying to force this through a whole bunch of motion, all right? So, feet together, let's warm up the knees a little bit. There you go, Dave and Cheryl's going to jump in with us today. I was seeing a few patients and I'm not going to rush around to try to get my clothes all changed out. I'll just come as is and y'all have to suffer with me. Go the other direction. Main thing here is just warming up the knees a little bit. Bring it to your hips. Some of y'all have already been exercising, so you probably don't need as much as I do as compared to being through 2 or 3 meetings. Ugh. Are you a Bama fan, or did you just swipe a t-shirt?
They sold them for $10 when they lost.
Go Tigers.
Teenagers that take your t-shirts.
Yeah.
Just the right price.
Yeah. Go the other way. Just curious. I have a couple of my students in Raleigh who, a couple of them are grew up right there by the stadium. I mean, they're Crimson Tide fans, and I got another 2 who are dead set, born and bred Auburn fans. Oh. It's like separating Carolina Blue Devil fans, right? It's like, back to your corners. Oh, yeah. All right. All right, double spirals. In fact, let's take this a little step. We're going to add a little exercise today for the knees. It's called the Phoenix Rises from the Ashes. And from here, we turn, palms are up, roll into a prayer hand, sit down, back up. Good, then roll. Two. Three. Four. 5. We're going to do 7. 6. 7. I love that exercise mostly because you get so much done at one time. Shoulders, hips, knees, it's really good in that sense. Now let's hit the waist a little bit. Dragon whips his tail. Make sure we got good coordination of the waist. Palm stays up. Good. Shift your weight a little bit. And remember, try to make the circle as big and as flat as you can. Some of my younger students refer to this as Spider-Man practice, right? You listen, whoosh, whoosh, wow. All right. Unfortunately, I come from the Hulk smash criteria. Good. All right, a little balance work. We're going to practice, it's called pull down the sky is the way they would refer to it. In Chinese culture, a lot of times if you're reading a document that came from like the middle 19th century through the early 30s, you have to remember many of the folks that were in China during the time were Christian, what's the right word? They were missionaries. Yes. So they would translate, you know, the ones who could speak a little Chinese would translate things into, of course, their understanding of context, right? But in Chinese teaching, there was no such thing as heaven, right? So a lot of times you'll read an English document of a Chinese book, they'll say, pull down the sky, or pull down heaven, right? Oppressing heaven and earth. But in Chinese culture, Buddhist, Taoist, there's no such thing as that, right? When the Chinese refer to the heaven, they're referring to the sky and the visual objects of the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, right? And the vast space in between, right? So anyway, when the exercise is called pull down the sky, right? And what it's referring to is like reach up if you could and you grab a star, and if you could, pull it down. Good. And as you pull, all right, first you reach up, get up to the balls of your feet if you can. And as you exhale, use your muscle and pull down. 2. In. Contract and pull. There you go. Good. That's exactly what you want. That little bit of wobbly that some of you are experiencing, that's exactly why you do it. So you build up some strength. 4. Inhale up and down. 2 more. Hit. So what I'm doing when I pull down is like if I could grab a hold of that speaker or that air, and I use my muscles and pull. It's called dynamic tension in physiology. Okay? If you're ever done any bodybuilding, these were easy for me because I spent many years bodybuilding and training bodybuilders. Learning how to pose is really tough. Really tough. So learning how to do and learn how to contract your muscles with your mind and pull down and then relax. One little quick point about physiology and part of the reason that this works. Your body cannot tell whether or not you're actually grabbing hold of that fan and trying to pull it down or not. It doesn't know, it doesn't care. All your body does is pay attention to what your mind tells it. So when you think you're doing a pull-up and you grab a bar and you're trying to pull up, you can feel all that contract. Well, if you believe that you're doing the same thing and you reach up and grab it and pull like you're trying to do a pull-up, your body can't tell the difference. It only believes what you tell it. So when you're practicing anything in your life, first try to look at what your responses are and remember they're coming from you. They're not coming from the chin-up bar. They're coming from you. So when you decide that you want to adjust things, first start, how am I thinking about this? And if you're thinking about it in a way that leads you to a positive outcome, so be it. If it's not working out, then you got a puzzle problem. Adjust yourself and take a new approach. Okay, so in this particular exercise, that's exactly what it's for. It's for you to learn to reach up, grab a hold, and then contract and pull. That's it. Good, yes. Facial expressions, sound effects all help, right? Sell it. Sell it like you're trying to sell it, right? All right, now we're going to do one more. This is out of a part of Qigong called the 8 gates. Start palm high, chest high, palms up. Okay, what we're going to do here, you're going to breathe in. As you exhale, turn the palms, push one up, one down. And then relax, breathe in. Two, this is called pushing the earth and the sky. 3. See how my arms are twisting, both my fingertips point toward my center line. Yep. In and relax. There's a little bit more going on than it looks like. Nice, breathe in. Good. One more. Good. And you can shake that out. Okay? So first let's just get into the posture of brush knee properly. So everybody, little left brush knee. Good. So remember about brush knee. How are we going to build it? Like everything else in Tai Chi, from the ground up. All right. So the left foot is pointing toward this wall. Nice. And the rear foot is 45 to 60 degrees off of that line. Every time you hear me say bow stance, that's what we want. And your rear foot, your rear foot and your front foot should be in line by heels, right? So if you're looking at me in the mirror up here, you know, this right heel is on that line of that board. My left heel is no further than 1 footprint away from that back heel. So my foot is approximately 2 boards wide. Okay, so if my heel is on this line, my foot shouldn't be any wider than 2 boards away from my heel, and then out in front. Okay, but it should not cross that heel. If it crosses that heel, then I got no balance. I'm walking a tightrope now. It's on the brush knee. First, get into the posture. So if I say left brush knee, boom, that's where you want to be, right? This is like a soldier about face left, brush knee. All right, now we're going to walk to the next brush knee. This is where we're going to just relieve a little pressure off that leg, turn the foot out, right? Walk the foot through, let the hands float, and out. There we are on the right. When you've done it right, you won't even know how you got there. Right? Sit back, turn the right foot out a little bit. I'm going to walk through, let my hands float, answer the phone, and then come through. You can play with that timing a little bit. So I can turn the left foot out. As I walk through, I can let my hands float, which is probably, I figured this would be one of the folks that might feel more comfortable, right? So your body can move a little bit. All right, I turn. As I'm walking through, I let my hands float. And there it is. Nice, looking good. All right, we had started, for those of you, like, you know, as y'all are just starting, okay, just follow, all right? Don't worry about anything. No guilt practice, okay? So here we go. First, the hands are gonna float. We're just gonna walk through the mechanics of it. Not too slow, not too fast, just nice and smooth. And down. Then we're gonna shift and turn. And step out, parting the horse's mane. There you go. Then we're sitting back, turn the foot out a little bit, walk forward, shift the weight, parting the horse's mane again. That's 2. Sitting back. As we were talking about the other day, 3 cups of parting horse's mane. Good. Now 1 cup crane cools wings. Good. Now blend it up a little bit. Let everything blend a little bit. Till we get up to here where you answer the phone. Step out. Left brush knee. Sitting back. Turn the foot out. Blend it up a little bit. Right brush knee. Sitting back. Turn. There you go. Left brush knee. And all we're going to do today, sit back, raising the left hand, called playing the peepah, playing the guitar. Okay? Yep, just sit back and play the guitar. Turn to the front, put a bookmark in it. Okay, that's the first course. There's 4 main courses of the Yang 24. That's the first course. Hands float and settle down. Good. Now shift the weight, hold the baby. Intentions down this line. Step out with the left foot. Parting horse's mane. 1. Stay right there. There we go. Stay right there. Now we step through Parting Horses Main 2. Sitting back, walk through Parting Horses Main 3. Now all we're going to do here is sit back, keep it simple, Crankle's Wings. Mix it up. Black Dragon stirs the sea is what it's called. Left brush knee. Sitting back. We were just working on this. Right brush knee. Very good. Stay there. Patience. Sitting back. Turn. Left brush knee. Now sit back, playing the guitar. That was the new little extra. Turn to the front, push the sky, put a bookmark in it. Okay. A little bit, hands are going to float and settle. We shift, do a little quarter turn, step out. Yes, good. We're going to step, 2. Try to keep our bodies upright, walk through with some balance and grace. Good. We're going to sit back, get into a little cat stance. We're going to mix it up. One. 2. 3. And for here, keeping it simple, just sit back, playing the guitar. Push the sky. Finish. Okay?